shadowy force that had crept into the realm through cracks in the astral core's defenses. The Shade sought to extinguish the core's light and claim the celestial spires as its domain. To reach the core and reignite it, the group would need to pass through the trials of life, a series of challenges designed to test their resolve, unity, and inner strength. Determined, Tom, Jerry, and Oliver pressed on. The first trial, known as the Chamber of Reflections, tested their ability to confront their fears and doubts. Each of them faced a mirrored version of themselves, embodying their insecurities and weaknesses. Tom faced his self-doubt, as he questioned his worth as the group's strategist. Jerry confronted his fear of being overlooked, despite his vital role. Oliver grappled with the guilt of his past failures. Through mutual encouragement and trust, they overcame their reflections, shattering the illusions with newfound confidence. The second trial, the Labyrinth of Echoes, required them to navigate a shifting maze filled with traps and illusions. The maze seemed to have a mind of its own, constantly rearranging itself to confuse and disorient them. It was here that Jerry's agility and sharp instinct shone. He led the group through narrow passages, dodging traps and deciphering the maze's patterns. Together, they emerged victorious, their bond growing stronger with each step. The final trial, the Gauntlet of Radiance, was the most perilous. It required them to cross a vast chasm using platforms of light that appeared and disappeared at random. The platforms responded to their collective energy, glowing brighter when they worked in harmony. Tom's quick thinking, Jerry's nimbleness, and Oliver's unwavering strength allowed them to traverse the gauntlet, narrowly avoiding falling into the abyss below. At last, they reached the central spire, where the astral core lay dormant. The core was a massive sphere of crystal, its light dim and flickering. Surrounding it were the remnants of the umbral shade, which manifested as dark tendrils attempting to snuff out the core's remaining glow. As the group approached, the shade lashed out, testing their limits. The battle that ensued was fierce, with Tom devising clever strategies, Jerry acting as a swift distraction, and Oliver standing as their stalwart protector. Realizing that the shard's power could counter the shade, they worked together to channel its energy. The shard pulsed with light, growing brighter as it absorbed their resolve and unity. In a climactic moment, they combined their strengths, unleashing a beam of radiant energy that pierced through the shade. The darkness dissolved, leaving the astral core free from its grasp. The shard fused with the core, reigniting it in a spectacular burst of light that spread across the celestial spires. The realm was restored, its golden glow brighter than ever. The Seraphins reappeared, their gratitude evident in their radiant smiles. They bestowed blessings upon the trio, enhancing their abilities and imbuing them with a fragment of the core's eternal light. As they prepared to leave, the Seraphins spoke of their destiny. The shard they carried was not just a piece of the realms they had visited, it was a key to a greater mystery, a force that connected all worlds. Their journey, they realized, was far from over. With the celestial spires behind them and the shard glowing brighter than ever, Tom, Jerry, and Oliver stepped through the next portal, ready to face whatever awaited them in the unknown realms beyond. As Tom, Jerry, and Oliver stepped through the portal, they found themselves in an extraordinary new world, vastly different from anything they had encountered before. This realm was called the Verdant Nexus, a lush, living world where the environment seemed to pulse with vitality. Towering trees with glowing emerald leaves formed an endless canopy above them, while rivers of liquid light coursed through the ground, illuminating their path. Strange creatures, a blend of flora and fauna, roamed the landscape. Some were gentle and curious, while others radiated an air of mystery and caution. The air smelled of fresh rain and blooming flowers, and the faint sound of melodic whispers echoed, as if the very land was alive and speaking. The shard in their possession glowed softly, guiding them deeper into this vibrant world. They soon came across a small village made entirely of living plants. Houses grew naturally out of massive trees, their walls made of intertwined vines and their roofs formed by thick layers of moss and leaves. The inhabitants were the Silverians, a race of humanoid beings with bark-like skin and hair that resembled flowering plants. The Silverians greeted the group warmly, recognizing the shard as a beacon of hope. Through the village elder, an ancient Silverian named Eller, they learned of the Nexus Heart, the central life force that sustained their world. The Nexus Heart, a colossal crystal embedded deep within the Verdant Nexus, had grown weak. It was said to be the source of the planet's endless life, but it had been corrupted by a sinister force known as the Blight. This creeping corruption turned once thriving parts of the world into desolate wastelands and transformed peaceful creatures into monstrous abominations. Eller explained that the shard was a fragment of the Nexus Heart, stolen long ago to protect it from complete destruction. To save the verdant Nexus, the shard needed to be reunited with the Heart, but the path was perilous, guarded by the corrupted forces of the Blight. Jerry, Oliver accepted the challenge, determined to restore balance to this beautiful world. Their journey began with a trek through the Forest of Whisper, an ancient woodland filled with trees that could communicate through a network of roots and glowing spores. The forest provided guidance, showing them safe paths and warning of dangers ahead. Despite the help, they encountered several blight-twisted creatures, massive beetles with razor-sharp claws and vine-covered wolves with glowing red eyes. These battles tested their teamwork, with Tom's clever tactics, Jerry's swift movements, and Oliver's brute strength proving invaluable. Deeper into the forest, they came upon the Grove of Memory, a sacred site where the past of the verdant Nexus was preserved. Here, they experienced vivid visions of the world before the Blight, witnessing how the Nexus Heart's light once spread harmony across the land. The visions also revealed the origin of the Blight, a dark entity called Mortal, a being of decay that sought to consume the Nexus Heart's energy to grow its own twisted domain. These revelations strengthened their resolve, and they vowed to defeat Morvith and save the Nexus. Their journey led them to the Marsh of Shadows, a treacherous swamp filled with thick, black water and dense fog. The Blight's influence was strongest here, and the air felt heavy with despair. The group had to rely on their instincts and each other to navigate this hostile environment. At one point, they faced a massive Blight dragon, a creature formed from corrupted minds and slime. The battle was intense, with the dragon's ferocity testing their limits. Using a combination of clever traps, quick thinking, and sheer determination, they managed to defeat the creature, clearing their path forward. Finally, they reached the Cavern of Renewal, where the Nexus Heart lay dormant. The Heart, once radiant and vibrant, was now dim and partially consumed by Morvith's dark tendrils. Morvith himself emerged, a towering figure of shadow and decay, mocking their efforts and vowing to end their quest. The final confrontation was unlike anything they had faced. Morvith wielded immense power, manipulating the environment and summoning blight creatures to fight alongside him. The Shard, sensing the proximity of the Nexus Heart, began to glow brighter than ever, reacting to the trio's determination and unity. Together, they unleashed the Shard's energy, using it to counter Morvith's attacks and sever his connection to the Heart. The battle was grueling, but their bond and resilience proved stronger. In a climactic moment, they channeled all their strength into the Shard, launching a beam of pure light that pierced through Morvith, destroying him and purging the Blight from the Nexus Heart. With the threat vanquished, the Shard merged with the Nexus Heart, reuniting its power in a dazzling display of light and light. The Heart's energy spread across the land, restoring the verdant Nexus to its former glory. The Silverians emerged from their hiding places, rejoicing as their world was reborn. The village elder, Ella, expressed profound gratitude, bestowing upon